Welcome everybody to another video of Ancient Greece Reloaded. Today we will talk about the famous hero Caeneus, the woman that transformed into a man and became a great hero. By the way, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so as to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Caeneus was commonly said to have been the daughter of the Lapith king Elatus and Hippeia, making Caeneus sibling to Polyphemus, the Argonaut, and Ischys, the lover of the famous princess Coronis. Alternatively, Antoninus Liberalis suggests that Caeneus might have been a daughter of Atrax, which would have made her sister to Hippodamia. The daughter of Elatus was initially known as Caenis, and when she became of age, Caenis was widely regarded as one of the most beautiful of all Lapiths, and suitors would come from countless places to try and woo Caenis, but she spurned all advances. One day, whilst Caenis was alone by a river, Poseidon came to the land of the Lapiths, and taken by the beauty of Caenis, Poseidon had his way with the beautiful maiden. Commonly it was said that Poseidon raped Caenis, although some tell of Caenis willingly giving herself to the Greek god. Poseidon would offer a gift to Caenis, and the Lapiths chose to become a man, with some saying that she chose this gift in order that she could not be taken advantage of again. Poseidon would grant Caenis her wish, and Caenis became Caeneus. Poseidon also ensured that the skin of Caeneus was impervious to mortal weapons. Before the transformation of Caenis, the Lapiths would give birth to 3 sons for Poseidon, Coronis, Phocus, and Pirithous, each of whom achieved some fame as heroes. Caeneus is often named amongst the hunters of the Calydonian Boar. This was the gathering of heroes subsequent to the voyage of the Argonauts, in which the Boar of Calydon was hunted down by a force of heroes which was led by Meleager. Caeneus, though, was not given a prominent role amongst the hunters. As a warrior, Caeneus is most famous for taking part in the Centauromachy, the war against the centaurs, and it was a story which was famously recounted by Nestor to Achaean heroes at Troy, as illustrated in Ovid's Metamorphoses. Pirithous, the king of the Lapiths, was to wed Hippodamia, and the king of course invited his kinsmen, the Lapiths, to the festivities. Invitations were also sent out to others, including Theseus, Peleus, and Nestor, and also the centaurs were invited as guests to the wedding. Alcohol would flow during the festivities, but as the centaurs partook, eventually the alcohol reduced them to the base wildness, and the centaurs thus decided to carry off the woman present at the wedding, including Hippodamia. The Lapiths of course took up their weapons to rescue the female guests, and they were joined by the likes of Theseus, and alongside Pirithous, Caeneus came to fight alongside them. In the early stages of the battle, Caeneus killed 5 named centaurs, namely Stiphelus, Vromus, Andimachus, Elymus, and Pyrachmus. Despite his success in battle, another centaur, Elatus, mocked Caeneus for having been born a woman. Caeneus would throw his spear at Elatus, but his aim was slightly off and only grazed the centaur. Elatus himself would throw his own lance at Caeneus, but despite Elatus hitting Caeneus in the face, the lance caused the Lapith no injury, for Caeneus' impenetrable skin protected him. Elatus would close in on Caeneus to use his sword, but neither thrust nor blow could harm Caeneus, and indeed the sword of Elatus would fracture in the end. Caeneus then took up his own sword and thrust it easily into the side of Elatus, Caeneus killing his 6th centaur. A multitude of centaurs then set upon Caeneus, each throwing their spears at the Lapith hero, yet they were met with no more success than Elatus, for each spear fell to the ground, blunted by the skin of Caeneus. Seeing the weapons were useless against Caeneus, a centaur named Monychus took up a fallen tree and threw it at Caeneus, urging his fellow centaurs to do the same so as to bury and to suffocate Caeneus. The other centaurs followed the lead of Monychus, and Mount Othrys was stripped bare of oaks, pines, and firs, with each tree landing upon Caeneus. Even the immense strength of Caeneus could not free him under the weight of the trees, and so trees succeeded where swords and spears had failed. Some tell of how the weight of the trees pushed Caeneus deep into the bowels of the earth, but the seer Mopsus said that at the moment of his death Caeneus had been transformed into a bird which flew away to safety. The other Lapiths and their allies would have their revenge for the death of Caeneus though, and soon half of the centaurs lay dead, while the other half were soon fleeing for their lives, each carrying at least some sort of wound. Let us finish with the following saying: "No one is lucky in everything." Theonis of Megara. That being said, remember guys to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for upcoming videos.